Well, hello, Facebook friends. It's Jeff Calliguire, and I am going live today because I want to share with you that everything that you have learned about setting goals is wrong. Now, I know that is a big, hairy, audacious statement to make. And I know it's April Fool's Day, but it is still very true and something I really want to communicate because I've learned the hard way and I've watched myself and too many people go down a road where they both don't achieve their goals and then they feel like goals are ridiculous. Like I don't even want to bother or try anymore because I've just failed and I've failed again. In fact, when people start with goals like New Year's resolutions, 80% of them say they are confident they are going to achieve their New Year's resolution. And that's to get in better health, to be in a better financial situation, to grow their business. Maybe it's a relationship. I want to be in a loving relationship or repair a relationship. I get it. I get it because I've set goals in those areas and sometimes set way too many and felt myself way too unable to achieve them. And that's why there's really hope, but there's also such a thing Ed Rush calls hopium. And hopium is when you actually are just blind and you believe something's going to happen almost magically. 86% of people said this year things are going to be different. And by now, guess how many people, what percentage have actually achieved the goals they set out on January 1st or 2nd? 13%. By the end of the year, it's lower, it's 9. So I don't know how it shakes out, but on January 17th, it's called Ditch Day because by then, most people have given up on their goals. And I don't want that to be you. So that's why there is a paradigm shift I want to introduce you to today that is not setting unrealistic goals. It's not just keeping track better or trying to remember them. Um, in fact, it's not even going down what I think has been a problem for a lot of us is where we think that it's just about SMART goals. It's just about if they're specific or measurable, they're achievable or relevant or time bound. The problem is they're still about the focus on a gap. It's a focus on what I am not. And our brains basically take that in. They just say, hey, I'm not stuff. And so, yikes, my life is terrible because I'm not yet. I haven't raised that money. I haven't made those sales. I haven't built that relationship. And so now I see a big gap between where I am and where I want to go. Heck, my life stinks. That's where we've all been misled in going down a way of setting goals that really isn't effective. So what is? And that's why I just want to share, I don't want to go into all of them because there's more points on this, but I want to share 2 of them today that I want you to consider, okay? Because I do want to bring real hope to you, not hopium. And the first one is energy. Energy. And that energy comes from gratitude. So we have to start with positive energy because if we're starting with what we're not, we're focused on what we don't have. Question for you. Are there things that you have in your life or in your business now that 5 years ago you would have been, no way, you would have thought laughable? Like it's impossible that I'm going to get to there. I know in my own life, there's things that I have now that are just miraculous to me that I've actually gotten them. But there's also things in your life that are so simple that you may not even think about them. You have this little piece of technology that you put in your pocket that allows you to communicate with grandma across the country or be able to get the news instantly. You've got ways to drive in a car that's weather controlled. It might be able to heat your butt or in the summer, cool it down. My wife says she needs a steering wheel that has heat on it. So there's things that you have that you can count your blessings now and appreciate. Look at your business, something I take businesses through and say, Just ask them the question, what have you achieved in the last 6 months or the last year that is almost surprisingly wonderful? Almost couldn't have seen it 6 months ago. And how might that be something that is actually going to propel you to the future? So starting with the energy of what you have, so that now you're not looking at what you don't have, but you're building on what you do have. Okay, so number one, energy. What are you grateful for? And how can you remind yourself of what you've already, where you've come? Number two is environment. Before you even set your goal, what environment is going to allow you to achieve what you really want to achieve? In the last 4 or 5 months, I've actually lost 30 pounds. Yes, believe it or not. And the thing that made all the difference wasn't just what I ate, though I ate pretty well. It wasn't my exercise. I had a group, I had accountability. I checked in with a coach. I had somebody who I could process when I failed with. And so, what I've come to believe is one of the best things you can do if you're going to set a goal or achieve a goal is go, what environment do I need to put myself in? So I'm a big believer in being in masterminds, and I lead masterminds. I have a coach, and I am a coach because I realize that environment shapes the potential for us to achieve our goals. So what are the environments that you need to surround yourself? Who are those positive people who are going to build you up to be able to achieve things that maybe you've never achieved before? The Bible is very pro goal, but it's also very much change your brain oriented. And these are both about changing your brain. In the book of Romans, it says that we are to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. So, how you reach goals doesn't need to be a miracle, but it does need to be a miracle of your mind. What will you do to start and build towards these goals that are in you, that are real desires, but doing so by creating the energy and being grateful for what you have and what you're going to build on, and then finding the environment. And I would love to hear your thoughts. Love to have you reach out if you're looking for an environment, actually starting a new mastermind. But I would just challenge you and encourage you. If you want to stay the same, don't do any of these things. If you're ready for a new step and a new growth, it may be time for you to lean in to these things. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Message me, text me right below. You got it. God bless you guys.